صباح الخير.
صباح النور.
ازيك؟ ها؟ ازيك؟
كويس.
كويسة؟ مش كويسة أو تعبانة. معلش تعبانة. معلش تعبانة يعني tired or sick. يعني a little bit under the weather kind of thing. It works for both. تعبانة. تعبانة معلش. انت ازيك يا نيكي؟ الحمد لله. سايمون ازيك؟ تعبانة؟ تعبان. معلش. عمران ازيك؟
كويس.
Okay. So how many different ways do we know how to respond to ازيك? 4. How are they? No, I don't want you to count them. Tell me. How do we know how to respond to ازيك? كويس. ماشي. تعبان or if you're a female تعبانة. What else? تمام. ماشي. الحمد لله. Just الحمد لله. Good. ماشي. Okay. We're going to practice. We're going to a little bit with more of greetings, and then we're going to work on numbers today and introductions. Before we do that, any question about the homework? Issues, James?
On my homework, I have circles above the like for the yes. It says to put the vowel markings. Do you want the kasra even when the yeah is the following consonant? Or maybe it's a show because that's a fatha and it's big.
And there were a bunch of missing short vowels in this exercise actually.
Okay.
Yeah. Which one was this? This was drill 11, which was that the letter connecting? I think that was the letter, connect the letters and then listen and write the short vowels. So that was explicitly what this was. However, I'm glad you brought it up because anytime you're doing a dictation, it always says write the short vowels. And I want you to also consider, you have fatha, dhamma, kasra, and what else? What are the short vowels? Sukoon. I want you to think of sukoon as a short vowel as far as those instructions go for right now, so that you can write it so that we can make sure that we get it right. Okay, we can drop writing sukoon at some point when we're writing short vowels, but for right now, just to make sure we got it. And I did want to actually talk a little bit about sukoon, unless there are any other general questions about homework. Take a moment with your partner and say, I am sukoon. What do I tell you about pronunciation? What does the sukoon say? Mishi. Okay, what does sukoon say? What is sukoon? What are the instructions for pronunciation from sukoon?
There's like two consonants together, so you just stop at something vowel. So you kind of like emphasize that one consonant and start again.
Do you agree?
Yes.
So, what did she say, Bobby?
Well, I would say it more like shows when the syllable ends and the next one starts.
Not always.
Okay. Generally speaking. Never. Gotcha.
No, but often not.
Okay.
Because you can have a consonant cluster within one syllable,
Sure.
right? But sometimes, yes. The first one will be part of one syllable and the second one. But so basically the sukoon says, I am a what? The letter. I'm a consonant. Pronounce me and
go for the next consonant.
And the next consonant as a, what do we call two consonants together without a vowel sound between them? As a cluster. Huh? So that's what sukun says. I'm a consonant. Pronounce me and the consonant after me as a cluster. Unless it's at the end of a word. At the end of a word, then you just stop. I mean, you can have a sukun at the very end, and then that just means it's silence, right? But in the middle of a word, if there's a sukun, it means that there has to be then a consonant after it that is pronounced along with that. So let's think of a few. There seems to have been a generalization that many of you were making a false generalization on your homework, because it is the case that if you have a sukun on wow, on the wow symbol, it will be a consonant, right? It's a what. But does wa always have a sukun on it? No. So jawab, jawab. Is there a sukun on the wow there? Jawab. La, right? Because what's after the wow? A long vowel. So far from not having any vowel, there's actually a long vowel there, right? So that was just, I think many of you, I corrected that, but just let's make sure that we get that clear, right? So wa, if there's a sukun on wa or ya, it is a consonant, but wa or ya doesn't always have a sukun on it. It can have a vowel after it, just like any other consonant. Okay?
So, okay, I had a question about that actually, because like, I know if it's in the middle, I thought if it was in the middle, you should put a sukun so then you know to pronounce it as a yeah.
No.
No.
No. So that was the false generalization that a lot of you were making, that anytime you heard that wa or ya sound, that must mean that there must be a sukun. So it's if there is a sukun on it, yes, it will be a wa or ya, but not every time you hear wa or ya, that means that you have a sukun on that, right? Because you can have a vowel after those consonants. There. Okay, good. Mishi, question, Nikki.
If it's like the last letter of a word, like it ends in ba, and or like the B sound, and it doesn't have a short vowel after, do you have to put the sukun?
You don't have to, but you can. It wouldn't be wrong, because it basically just says silence.
Right.
So pronounce me and nothing after me together.
Okay.
In that particular case. But I'm not so concerned about that. I mean, if you don't write the sukuns on the ends of words that end without any vowel sound, I'm not going to write them in. But I do want to see the sukuns inside the word until I'm satisfied that we really understand how sukun works. And then we can kind of drop it from our short vowels, okay? But since we're learning it right now, let's keep it in there. Okay, great. Tell me what you came up with. What new language is in here? And then we'll listen carefully, we'll practice some of it, and then I'll ask you to get up and actually practice it with each other. What was new in this? Okay, great. So what was it?
أخبارك.
Very nice. أخبارك. أخبارك. Oh. أخبارك إيه? أخبارك إيه? What does أخبارك إيه mean? Well, how did he answer? تمام. So what does أخبارك إيه mean?
How are you?
In Arabic? In Arabic? What does أخبارك إيه mean? إزيك. بالضبط. It's just an alternative. أخبارك إيه? Yeah. And you can answer it in all the same ways that you answer إزيك. Just an alternative to إزيك. What else? One really important thing that we saw in this, you guys were mentioning, every time anyone addressed anyone, they said, yeah. Did you hear that? Yeah? Yeah? Mm-hmm. No? Didn't catch this? Okay. So we'll listen to this again. So what is this yeah about? Did anyone?
Like when you're talking to someone, you say yeah. Like,
So and so on.
Yeah.
So it's a way of when you what someone? When you're addressing. Did I hear addressing? Yes, exactly. When you're addressing someone, okay? When you're addressing someone. So you use it all the time. All the time, all the time. And starting today, we are going to use it all the time. What did she say?
Yes, sir.
صباح الخير يا سامية. صباح الخير يا سامية. Okay, let's see. Hopefully.
صباح النور يا دكتورة زينب.
صباح النور يا دكتورة زينب.
ازاي حضرتك؟
What did she say again? ازاي حضرتك. ازاي حضرتك. Nice. ازاي حضرتك. It has that little helping vowel in it. ازاي حضرتك. ازاي حضرتك. ازاي حضرتك. Does anybody remember why we have that little vowel in there? We talked about this. You have 3 consonants in a row in Egyptian Arabic. What happens in the pronunciation? You get a little helping vowel between the second and the third. So, ازاي حضرتك. Where are the 3 consonants? Yeah. The doubled consonant that counts as 2, and then you have the ha of حضرتك. So when you say it as one word, you get that little helping vowel. ازاي حضرتك. ازاي حضرتك. Nice. No. But that's a good guess. But izay doesn't have gender. Izay just means what? How.
The yeah, it's not the yeah like addressing.
No.
It's just the short vowel. Okay.
No. It's just ازاي حضرتك. ازيك يا حضرتك. Yeah. You can't actually use yeah with حضرتك because it's a pronoun. So you can't like say ya anta. Yenta. Yeah, no. Ya anta. Yeah, anta. It would be very rude. It's like, hey, you. Somehow, yeah. Good question. And حضرتك is basically a pronoun, right? Just a formal pronoun. Good question.
ازيك انت؟
What did she say? I didn't catch it. ازيك انتي. كويس. كويسة. الحمد لله. Okay, yalla, let's listen to the next one. Almost. You guys are eager to get up and do this, aren't you? I can tell.
صباح الخير يا عماد. أهلا.
صباح الخير. Yeah, let's see if we can listen to his name. Do some careful listening to see what his name is. Yeah, what? صباح الخير, yeah, listen.
أهلا. أهلا. صباح الخير يا عماد. أهلا. صباح النور يا الخير يا عماد. الخير يا عماد. الخير يا عماد. صباح الخير يا عماد. صباح الخير يا عماد. صباح الخير يا عماد.
Good, so we all heard that his name begins with? Ayn, very nice. And then what? Aymed. Close. صباح الخير يا خلينا نشوف.
خير يا عماد.
عماد. صباح الخير يا عماد. صباح الخير يا عماد. أهلا.
صباح النور يا شريف.
يا شريف.
ازيك؟
الحمد لله. وانت؟
وانت. وانت becomes وانت. Very nice. Okay. What is the sound in the beginning of the word انت? We learned it for today. انت. So, but what's the actual sound? The alif is just the seat for it, right? It's the exactly. It's the stop, the glottal stop, as in uh-oh, and in uh-oh, And what is it called? Hamza. Okay. So there are a lot of words in Arabic that begin with Hamza when you say them by themselves. Anta, ana, anti. But when that word is in a larger stream and is said connected to words before it, the hamza just disappears entirely. And so you don't get, it's not wa anta, it's and I, wana. And you female? It doesn't happen with ustad. So ustad, you would not say ustad, because that hamza is a real hamza and it stays there. So we'll learn that later. Some hamzas just drop off like that and some of them stay. Question, Lydia?
Yes, like I noticed they always ask again. They say what enta is zayik, like again, like do you have to reaffirm it, like because isn't what enta just mean that you? So you usually have to re-ask again.
Re-ask what?
Like how are you? Like back to him because he asked how are you and he said whatever he said and then he said what enta is zayik again.
So which part is it that you're asking
Like
about?
you have to re-ask again. Like
Which part?
how are you to the other person, or can what enta suffice for that?
Yeah, absolutely. What anta? So the Isaic part is that you're asking. Do you have to say the Isaic? No, you could say what anta, and it would be clear from the context that you're saying what anta Isaic. But so he's just being, it's just like in English, how are you? Fine, and you? Or fine, and how are you?
Yeah.
And you? How are you? Right? So you can do any of those options.
الحمد لله. أخبارك إيه؟
تمام الحمد لله. وانت؟
الحمد لله.
Wenta, alhamdulillah. Okay, good. Let's get up and practice with as many partners. I want to hear lots of yes.
يا دكتورة معطى
أهلا صباح الخير يا عمران. ازيك؟
كويس يا وانت يا no just وانت وانتي no وانتي وانتي
بس أنا الدكتورة، أنا الأستاذة. فأنتي لا. أنتي لا.
وانت I'm at a loss totally.
So to a professor, you wouldn't use inti.
Oh, okay.
You would use what?
Totally brain, it's a brain fart. I can't remember. And you? Have we learned other? Oops, on the spot.
Waha. ازيك انت ازيك
ازاي هذا
Okay, يلا. We'll start over again. صباح الخير يا عمران.
صباح النور يا دكتورة. ازيك حضرتك؟ ازيك حضرتك؟
كويسة الحمد لله. وازيك انت؟
كويس الحمد لله.
اخبارك ايه؟
تمام الحمد لله. وحضرتك؟
So how would you say and the news of حضرتك?
أخبارك؟ أخبارك حضرتك؟
So ازيك حضرتك. So the حضرتك part replaces the ek.
Okay.
ازي حضرتك. اخبارك ايه? Or you would say to me?
أخبارك. So I use a K? No? أخباري. إيه حضرتك؟ أخبار حضرتك؟ إيه.
أيوة يلا مرة ثانية.
أخبار حضرتك إيه؟
الحمد لله كويسة. شكرا. الدكتورة أو الأستاذة نيكي. يلا تفضلوا.
أهلا يا أستاذة.
أهلا بيك. ازيك حضرتك؟
So the student and professor.
Am I not allowed to? ازيك انت? Okay. ازيك يا عمران.
أيوة. ازيك يا عمران؟ أها.
كويس. وحضرتك؟
كويس الحمد لله.
أخبار حضرتك إيه؟
تمام الحمد لله. وأنت؟
وأنت؟
مش مشكلة.
مش مشكلة. ماشي.
الحمد لله.
مع السلامة يا عمران.
ماشي. أوكي. شكرا. Okay. We are going to work on numbers now. ماشي؟ يلا.
Can I ask something?
تفضلي.
Have you had Arabic before? Or this is your first exam?
I have before.
Because the level is very good.
طبعا برافو عليها. This is their 9th day of Arabic class. They began studying Arabic 9 days ago. Actually the 8th day, because the first day we talked about the syllabus. So we almost really didn't learn any Arabic on that day, right?
She gives us like 6 hours in one day.
A slight exaggeration.
3 hours.
Okay, yalla bina, disappearing numbers. Tell me how to say one from 0 to 10 in Arabic. Zero. Oh, that one's easy. 0 or or so. Sif. Let me hear you say this. Sif. If I were to write this, what would be on the F? A sukoon. Exactly, because this is forming a consonant cluster within one syllable at the end of the word. Yeah? Sifr. Sifr. صفر. جميل. 0 or صفر وبعدين واحد. I'm going to need more board. جميل. 1 2 يلا بعد كده يلا 3 4 خمسة or خمسة as opposed to Hamza, which is right, the new letter you word for that. It's Hamza with a Z. This is خمسة like ismi خمسة 6 7 جميل. 8 ولا 8 in Egyptian, yeah? 8 9 و Very nice. I love these ayns. You guys are working so hard to say that ayn and I can hear it. 10 جميل 10. Okay? Yalla, say them with me first, okay? Yalla. 0 0 with me. 0 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. ماشي؟
0 0 1
2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10.
0 0 1 2 3 4
5 6 7 8 9 10. Okay, yalla, from the beginning again.
0 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7
8 9 10. يلا from the beginning.
0 0
1 2 3
4 5 6 7 8 9 10.
جميل جدا. اوكي. يا كرستن، نمرة تليفونك ايه؟
7 1 8 4 9 6 7 8 3 3.
جميل. نمرة تليفونك ايه؟ نمرة تليفونك ايه؟ ها؟ نمرة don't write. نمرة تليفونك ايه؟ I'll write it. نمرة تليفونك or تليفونك ها؟ ايه؟ نمرة تليفونك ايه? So how would we respond to this? So what exactly does this mean? نمرة تليفونك ايه? What exactly does it mean? Let's do it a little bit more.
Number of your telephone.
Very nice. Number of your telephone, right? نمرة تليفونك. Huh? نمرة تليفونك. So number of your telephone is what? When we say my telephone number in English, what's the my? Is it my telephone or my number? My telephone number. It's my number. So it's a little bit different here, right? The possessive is going on the telephone here. So the number of my telephone is, the number of your telephone is what? So how would you say, how would you respond? نمرة أيوة تليفوني and then كذا. Okay, I want you, you're going to get each other's telephone numbers with your mobile phones. Want to take out your mobile phones? We don't need paper and pencil for this. So what I'd like to do is just kind of demonstrate. Let's see. Jonathan, did you get out your... Okay, so. You ready to record my number?
Not quite. Yes.
Okay, ماشي. Ask me.
نمرة تلفونك.
5 2 0 7 3 0 7 6 0 5 5 2 0 7 3 0 7 6 0 5 5 2 0 7 3 0 7 6 0 5 5 2. Okay, I'm not going to torture Jonathan anymore. No, listen. But the point is this. What I do not want you to do is 5 and then wait for 10 seconds while he tries to figure out. So what I want you to do is pretend that you are giving your telephone number to somebody who is a native speaker and understands Arabic very quickly, and your job is to say your number as fluently and as quickly as you can say it in Arabic, and not worry about what they're doing, and just keep repeating the entire number until they say, okay, I think I got it now, and then you can check and see what they got, okay? So for you, this is practice saying your number, the number quickly, and it's practice for your partner hearing it, which completely doesn't work if you start dictating the number one number at a time, right? So we want to go for some quick recognition. Meshi? Okay, yalla, with the partner, see how many partners' telephone numbers you can get. Meshi? نمرة تلفونك ايه؟
6 7 0 4 3 6 8
صح؟ كويس. Okay, yalla, go find new partners. Do it again.
أربعة سبعة تسعة سبعة واحد ثلاثة اثنين تسعة اثنين أربعة
Mine is like
Okay.
Who would like to dictate their telephone number to me? Somebody feels like they really got it down. Somebody who just learned the numbers this weekend.
Telephonic, or was it number telephonic?
نمرة تليفوني أنا؟
Telephonic. اثنين واحد أربعة تسعة أربعة.
These are scenes that are done in groups of 3. Yes? What basically are these scenes about?
introducing people to others.
Introductions, yes? Mm-hmm. So, as you're looking, kind of try to imagine in your head what they're saying or what you remember them saying when you watch the videos for homework, okay? Okay, and then the female version. Very similar scene, just with 3 females. Okay, with the partner, a new partner please, a different partner. Just what was the new language in these scenes, in the introductions? What do you remember? Take a couple minutes, then I'll ask you what you came up with, what you remember. Good, tell me what's new in these, what was new in these scenes? What new language did you? اتفضلوا. What does اتفضلوا mean?
Please come in.
Please come in. Somebody.
Go ahead.
You're welcome.
Please.
You're welcome. Yeah. You're welcome.
So when did you hear this? What was going on in the scene? Right, so what does it mean? Please, have a seat. Please, sit. اتفضلوا. Have you heard this before?
You say it.
When do I say it?
When you want people to come in the door, or like,
Or just please in general, like.
Not able to go ahead.
Right when they're about to go.
Oh, in your office hours, you say that.
It's true. When you come to visit me, I do say that. But when do I say it during class time? When would I be asking you to take a seat during class time?
oh, after we do the
Every single time. Every single time. اتفضلوا. اتفضلوا. When else? Have you heard it any other time? I don't know if I've used it as much in this class, but اتفضل واجبك. اتفضل واجبك. اتفضل واجبك. اتفضل واجبك. اتفضل واجبك. اتفضل. So اتفضل. اتفضلي. What does it mean? There you go. Here, take this. اتفضل. اتفضلي.
When I was sorry about tafadal. When I was in Morocco, I asked the cabbie, went to a cab, I wanted to pay some tafadal. And that's not a good sign because you always want to settle on a price before you go. And he says as much as you want, so then he can just jack it up the price of really. So you want to.
So he was saying اتفضل, telling you just get in.
I would, yeah.
Basically is what he was saying. He was just saying get in. I don't want to discuss price. Just اتفضل and we'll worry about that later. Not a good idea. You're right. Not a good idea. Okay, اتفضل. What else was new? What else was new? صاحبي and صاحبتي. Very good. What's صاحبي? صاحبتي?
Male friend.
Male friend, female friend. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Lots of, okay, yeah. Hmm?
Oh yeah.
Gamia.
جمعت. Very nice. جمعت. Uh-huh. جمعت. Uh-huh. What's جمعت? University. So you guys study where? جميل. جامعة Texas. They use اسمه and اسمها اسمه. Did you what's اسمه? His name اسمها her name. So اسمك male اسمك اسمها اسمه. Okay, so we'll listen to it again, see where they said that. What else? One new word, very important word. What do you guys do at جامعة Texas? طالب. So we heard طالب and طالبة. جميل. طالب and طالبة. Okay, let's listen. Before we practice, let's focus.
أهلا يا دكتور عباس.
يا دكتور عباس. عباس التونسي. دكتور عباس. دكتور عباس with an aim.
أهلا يا شريف. اتفضل.
شكرا.
ها؟ Let's listen again.
شكرا.
شريف. اتفضل. أهلا يا شريف. اتفضل. أهلا يا شريف. اتفضل. أهلا يا شريف. اتفضل. أهلا يا شريف. اتفضل.
أهلا يا شريف. تفضلوا. اتفضلوا. 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 أهلا يا شريف. اتفضلوا. اتفضلوا.
شكرا. ازاي حضرتك؟
ازاي حضرتك؟ ازاي حضرتك؟
الحمد لله. ازيك انت؟
ازيك؟ You don't hear انت? Let's listen again.
ازيك انت؟ ازيك انت؟ ازيك انت؟
Very little tiny انت. Yeah, انت. ازيك انت؟
الحمد لله. إبراهيم. صح.
إبراهيم صاحبي. So what is he saying? إبراهيم, my friend.
طالب في جامعة القاهرة.
بالعربي. Okay, let's listen again.
في جامعة القاهرة.
So طالب
في جامعة القاهرة.
جميل. طالب في جامعة القاهرة. طالب في جامعة القاهرة. طالب في جامعة القاهرة. القاهرة. في جامعة القاهرة. أعتقد.
في جامعة القاهرة.
تشرفنا. جميل. Okay, let's listen to the female version. I actually do not think that they use ismuhu and ismaha anywhere in these two scenes, but I'm very glad that you figured out how to say those things. Let's listen to this scene. I don't think they use it here either.
صباح الخير يا دعاء. صباح النور يا سامي. ازيك؟
يا
صباح الخير يا دعاء. صباح الخير يا دعاء.
Let's listen to the name again.
صباح الخير يا دعاء. صباح الخير يا دعاء.
Do you hear an ayn? دعاء. دعاء. يا دعاء. صباح الخير يا دعاء.
صباح النور يا سامي.
صباح النور. صباح النور يا سامية.
الحمد لله. ازيك انت؟
So this is not a doctora, صح? She just said يا دعاء.
كويس الحمد لله.
So these are just, they're all peers, right? None of them, they're not using حضرتك with each other at all.
أمينة.
Oh, wait a minute. No, she did. Yes? Sorry.
صباح الخير يا دعاء. صباح النور يا سامي. ازيك؟ الحمد لله. ازيك انت؟ كويسة الحمد لله. أمينة صاحبتي طالبة في الجامعة الأمريكية.
Okay, so Amina, صاحبتي طالبة في جامعة ايه؟ Let's listen again.
صاحبتي طالبة في الجامعة الأمريكية. أهلا صاحبتي طالبة في الجامعة الأمريكية. صاحبتي طالبة في الجامعة الأمريكية. صاحبتي طالبة في الجامعة الأمريكية.
طالبة في الجامعة الأمريكية.
At the American University. So what do we hear? Listen again. I want you to tell me how many L's you hear. Okay, listen carefully.
طالبة في الجامعة الأمريكية. أهلا وسهلا. أهلا بكم.
Listen.
طالبة في الجامعة الأمريكية. 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 طالبة في الجامعة الأمريكية.
في الجامعة الأمريكية. في الجامعة الأمريكية. LL. في الجامعة الأمريكية. في الجامعة الأمريكية. جامعة تكساس. الجامعة الأمريكية. What's the difference? جامعة تكساس. جامعة تكساس يعني إيه جامعة تكساس؟ University of Texas. الجامعة الأمريكية. The American University is a different structure. This is a noun adjective. الجامعة الأمريكية. That's why you get 2 alif lams. We'll definitely do this more in the future. So أنت طالب. So for a female, let's say we're going to introduce كيمياء. كيمياء. صاحبتي. طالبة في جامعة تكساس. ناصر صاحبي جامعة تكساس. طالب في جامعة تكساس. Okay, you ready to do this in groups of 3? So one of you will play the professor. Let's make this scene between a professor and 2 students. Okay? And do we have 3? No. So we need actually 2 groups of 4. So you 4, and then you 4, and then you 3 and you 3, right? So 3, and then 2 groups of 4 here. So in the group of 4, there's going to be 2 people that you're introducing. Still just 1 person, but then 1 student introducing 2 other students to the professor. Okay, so 1 professor, 1 student who knows the professor introducing 2 other students to the professor. If you're in a group of 4, if you're in a group of 3, introducing just 1 other student. Decide who's going to play what role. Do it once that way, and then rotate the roles. So everybody gets to play each of the roles, okay? To practice all the different language. And Kirsten and I will go around and help. Faddalu.
الدكتورة كيتلين صاحبتي طالب الدكتورة في تكساس.
How do we say University of Texas?
جامعة في تكساس or جامعة Texas. Oh,
What's Fee, Texas?
Oh, from Texas. Oh. In Texas?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
So what would we say? جامعة Texas في جامعة تكساس في مدينة أوستن في أوستن. Okay. Can I ask you to start the introduction over again?
Okay.
So you first start by saying hello to whoever it is you know, right? So who knows who?
I'm the teacher.
You're the teacher, and you're the student, and so you're going to introduce Farhana to her, right? So you begin by greeting her, and then after you've said hello, then you will introduce the two of them.
Okay, so I'm introducing myself to her first?
You're not introducing, you already know her.
You know both of us.
Oh, I do know her. Oh, okay.
Okay?
You know her, but I do not know her.
There you go.
Okay. Ahlan Farhana. Sahbi Caitlin.
Okay, hang on a second, sorry. So Caitlin is the professor. You know the professor. You and Farhana are together, and you come and you run into Professor Caitlin. You say hello to her, you exchange greetings, and then after you do that, then you're going to introduce your friend Farhana to Professor Caitlin, who doesn't know her.
Okay. So Ahlan Farhana.
No, you're already together. You're saying hello to them.
I'm so confused.
That's why, okay. Oh, Ahlan Caitlin.
Caitlin, she's a professor, right?
Get it, just be right.
Caitlin. Farhana Sahbiti, Caitlin, Dr. Caitlin, Gamete, Texas, في Austin.
So you can say
No, you have to say like Ahlan wa sahlan. How does it's nice to meet you? Have we learned that yet? Tasharafna? Okay, tasharafna.
Let's switch it up. Now you're the professor? Okay. Nasser, you're going to be the professor. Kimia, you know Nasser? And you know Lydia, but Lydia doesn't know Professor Nasser. Okay? يلا تفضلوا.
أهلا دكتور ناصر.
مرحبا. أخبارك إيه؟
تمام. إزاي حضرتك؟
كويس. الحمد لله.
Lydia. Sabiti Lydia. Taliba.
في
جامعة Texas.
في جامعة تكساس.
أهلا بيكي.
اتشرفنا.
Mm-hmm.
Can I say اتشرفنا? Okay.
تشرفنا بيكي. We're going to start class tomorrow with these a little bit more. Please study these videos for tomorrow, okay? We're definitely not there yet. I want you to add this to your homework and be ready to do these tomorrow, okay? I want طالب في جامعة تكساس. جامعة تكساس. طالبة في جامعة تكساس.